there's our start.
There we go. Good evening. I'd like to call the Board of Education meeting Thursday, September 21st, 2023 to order at 7 p.m. Roll call.
Chairman Papa-Holter, Vice Chair Anafrio,
Here.
Secretary Sienna, Jana Balsamo,
Here.
Zachary Canada,
Here.
Kim Dawson,
Here.
Victoria Lanza.
Here. Salute to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any comments? I don't really see any visitors. Okay. Student reps.
So it's a pleasure to introduce one of our new student reps for this year. Our second student rep has a football game. He's competing at Plainfield High School this evening because of the holiday. We're playing the game on Thursday night instead of Friday night. So I know at last check it was 20-6.
That's the last time.
So our football team was doing quite well up at Plainfield. And that's Aiden Chittenden, who will be here at the next meeting. So he's here in spirit. It's a pleasure to introduce Sabrina Lynn. I'm just going to go over her bio. I know you've seen it, but it's important that we recognize her involvement over her 4 years, her coursework, and what she's done in a leadership role as the president of the National Honor Society. She's been enrolled in 7 AP classes. 7. You can read them: bio, stats, psych, Spanish, 2 Southern Connecticut ECE courses, and a course at Wesleyan. In the past year, she did environmental science, AP language and comp, AP government, and several honors classes. She's also done volunteer work at Yale and hopes to be a pre-med major when she embarks next year on her college experience. So
Good
welcome.
for her.
So what we do
Very
now,
impressive. Thank you.
the board will introduce themselves to you, and then you can give the report if there's any questions of you, or if you have any questions you'd like to ask the board.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay? And this is Ms. Holzer running in, our board chair. I'm just introducing Sabrina, who is our new board rep. And our other board rep is at a football game, which we are winning, so it's a good thing.
All right then.
All right, so you came in at the perfect time. So we'll start with, actually, let's start with Ms. Caruso.
Jana Balsamo. My son graduated last year, so we might have went to school with him. Grant.
Oh, I know Grant, yes.
Yeah, Grant Gardens, yes.
Very, very incredible man.
Wow, nice.
Thank you.
Very
Probably
nice.
took some classes with him.
Yes, I did.
So
Well, he did the Wesleyan like you did.
Yes.
So.
And I also was in like in the health boards. with
Okay.
him. Yes.
Fantastic.
Wow, how do I follow that? I'm Kim Dawson.
Yeah.
Make something up. I don't know.
We're up here and I'm back. Happy to be back.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
meeting you.
I'm Shauna Holzer. I've had 2 kids go through the school system. One is currently there. Who's the football player? Who's your
Aiden.
Ada Shedman.
Oh, how nice.
Aiden.
Okay.
I know Callie Halter, their daughter, right?
Yeah, she was one of mine, and Trevor is her older brother who graduated 2021. Yeah. Anyway, those are my kids, and happy to be here and welcome.
I'm Marcino Frio, and my children went through, but they're old. They went through the school system.
Nice to meet you.
Zach
You too.
Canada, I got a young daughter in the school system now. My wife works in the district as well, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Victoria Lanza. I have 3 kids, 2 in the school system, 1 still at home, that are a lot younger than me. But soon enough, they're going to be your age. So enjoy this year, and we look forward to all you have to tell us about.
All right, thank you. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, your report.
So here's the basic report. The first one would be that freshman orientation occurred on August 22nd for the incoming grade 9 students and their parents. The students were given an overview of MBHS and programming options, coursework, flex time, and the protocols associated with school attendance, school policies, and scheduling. So Assistant Principal Megan Lee and Dean of Students Mel Walsh provided this programming for all incoming students and their parents. Second, 3 graduates are completing their student teaching internship at MBH this year. The art department, special education department, and science department will be supporting and supervising the student teachers this school year. During the first 3 days of school, students were provided with timely and important information during flex time. The flex agendas included reviews of the following: school attendance, expectations and rules, the school bell schedule, policies regarding the use of technology, information about clubs and activities, and other relevant material about the opening of the school year. Lastly, per the CIAC regulations and rules, high school athletes had just commenced with all fall sports underway at NVHS. So several teams have participated in workouts and conditioning since the close of August. Scrimmages and games are currently underway. The early September weather, including intensive heat, humidity, and thunderstorms, have challenged all local athletic directors, athletic programs, and field maintenance staff. In regards to the current sports, cross country has their first invitation on Sheehan last week. Volleyball is currently 3-2. Football's last week, the last game was 1-0, and then currently, as said by Mr. Steffler, it is 20-6 at Plainfield. And field hockey is still undefeated with 4-0. And lastly, the girls soccer and boys soccer are working hard and gaining more members as we speak. Yeah, that's
You
basically
did it all in one breath.
You did. Sorry about that. I didn't
No,
need to
you can
wrap.
ask that. You did great. So at this point, if the board had any questions of you, or there's anything you wanted to add, I'll let you speak to. It's been a good opening of school for now 4 weeks.
Yes, it's been absolutely wonderful. The new building is amazing, as we already seen from last school year. And I don't know, the academics are great, teachers are great, staff is amazing. It's just only good things to say so far.
Well, good.
That's good to hear.
It's important. So one of my goals, that tonight we'll discuss the superintendent's goals. So how it works is I work with the Board of Education, and they come up with goals that then I in turn work with my administrative team. And last year, one of the focuses for the high school, all of the schools, was to look at food quality, freshness, preparation, and look to, offer the best. So do you eat lunch at the high school?
Yes, I do eat lunch at the high school.
Okay, and have you noticed a change in the food? I was there today
Yes.
with a tour of parents, and the cafeteria was buzzing with kids getting food. So any comments on that?
Well,
I don't want to put you on the spot.
no, you're good.
But you are.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite?
What you are.
Well, there's like new things, so I don't even know everything yet, but we have like a salad bar with a sandwich bar. It literally looks like Subway. And there's like amazing hot foods, and we have our own pizza maker oven.
Pizza?
So we have fresh pizzas every week. It's not that like frozen stuff.
Right.
I don't know, everything tastes fresh and it's all good. And we have a lot of condiments too, a lot of variety.
So you're happy?
The bar.
That's good.
All I can really ask
And
for.
food is good.
Food is really good.
Good to hear.
Yeah. And I think my fellow peers are also agreeing.
By the look of the line today, it was,
Yeah.
you couldn't get near the
No, we are
sandwich
rushing
bar.
to get to
Yeah.
lunch.
That's
Awesome.
nice to hear.
So at this point, you're free to go, and then you can tell Aiden, we'll see him at the next meeting.
Yes, you will be there, and I'll make sure that.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Sabrina. Thank
And
you.
welcome.
Like a game is an excuse.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
right. And an update on soccer, they scored a goal tonight.
Oh!
They still lost 8-1, but they
Doesn't
scored a
matter.
goal.
Better than being shut out.
You're excited.
Baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah.
That's great.
Should we do a consent agenda?
We're getting there now.
We're getting there now. Okay,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda of the September 21st, 2023 North Branford Board of Education meeting as submitted.
Any discussion?
Oh, I just have a question. So you had mentioned a field trip in it, and that we don't have to approve it,
Right.
which I understand, but I forget, when do we have to approve it? Is it only for
Overnight.
overnight? So it's not for out of state, it's just
I inform
overnight?
you of out of state, you approve overnight.
Okay,
So I just wanted to, and I'll be very brief with the consent agenda, You obviously are aware of the resignation of Keith O'Rourke. You want to recognize his 10 years of service to the district and wish him nothing but the best in the Seymour Middle School. As you know, Dr. Welch is steering the ship over there and doing a great job. You approved the field trip, and that was it. Authority to hire is now over. We're back in session. We're fully staffed, so that's it.
What are they gonna go see in New York? Do we know? Oh, nice. I've heard that's fantastic.
It's so good.
Did you see it?
I did.
Nice.
Hamilton.
bring the vote.
Yeah, I know. We need a regular vote.
You want a roll call?
Yes, please.
Chairman Papa
Yes.
Vice Chair Nafrio?
Yes.
Jenna Balsamo?
I have to abstain.
Zachary Canada?
Yes.
Kim Dawson?
Yes.
Victoria Alonso?
Yes.
And speaking of one of my chairs, Trevor, let me call you back on the board meeting. Bet you he calls 4 more times. Sorry, he's on emergency bypass, so even if my phone is off, it goes through. You know how that is, moms and dads. Okay. All right, resignations. That's it? You did it and you already did it.
No, we're on the superintendent's report now. Why does yours look different?
So you voted
I
on
don't know.
consent agenda.
No, page to page, we voted already,
Okay.
so we're there.
I'm all out of
That's all right, relax, we're good. There's no recognition at this time, other than we're off to a great start and we're up and running. You have the board briefs in front of you, so I'm sure you've had an opportunity to take a look at a lot of the things that are happening, and the administrators are doing a great job with the students and the staff to be off to a great start. Authority to hire, we went over our new hires at the last board meeting. As I mentioned, many districts are with substitutes in their classrooms and they're struggling to find teachers. We did an amazing job over the summer hiring 14, Dr. Walsh, 14? Were we at 14? 11 new hires, okay. Any updates? I know we're gonna do the test results in the October meeting. We'll share all of the standardized scores and the SATs. We'll do it in a similar fashion that we did last year. It's a condensed version with information for you to take and then ask questions so that we're efficient during the meeting. So you'll get that in October. Do you have anything that updates?
I can just update you. Last board meeting, we talked about kind of the August professional development days. And, every school kicked the year off refocusing on, building a healthy climate, establishing relationships with kids, but also really that focus on making things visible and building thinking culture. So that's K-12. Every building has kind of jumped into that work. They're in different places. Our professional development and evaluation committee, EDAC, has met. They're going to continue that work in supporting all the buildings. And right now, they're in the process of planning a November PD day, looking to develop on one of those days kind of a mini conference style where we'll have multiple teacher presenters from across the districts, and staff will be able to choose any session that they want to, and we'll hold it on the shared high school and middle school campus. So we're looking forward to planning that. It should be engaging and allow them some choice in what they learn about and develop. Other than that, I think we're kind of off the running.
Great.
Quickly, Carter, question for you. The visual thinking, I'm drawing a blank on what the name of the boards are in the classroom. Can we send that for me?
The smart boards?
Well, there's another word.
Promethean?
Promethean, yeah. Are all those running functional? Are you guys aware of, is there any issues at the high school with? Yes. Sorry, Todd, do you have anything? I'm just thinking, if we're talking about visual learning, I'm sure those boards are being used or no?
They've all been used, they're being used, yeah.
Yeah, they're all, you're satisfactory?
Yeah, there's been an issue, it's been temporary, and there's a part of this not right now.
Okay, good.
That's
That's a good question.
more ongoing training for staff, support, and the true needs and things during the PE days to help staff continue to develop their skills.
Yeah, it popped up in a discussion at the permanent project, so just want to make sure that it's being, you're not experiencing the hiccups while you're, doing these types of activities. Cool. Thank you.
Anything else, Dr. Walsh? You're good? Okay. Finance report, you have in front of you. Ms. Vaughn is on vacation this week. She is out of district, returning next week. So she put together the report, and if you had any questions, you could email her directly. Obviously, we're in our 4th week of school. There's really not much to report to date, but you can obviously go through it. She has a brief narrative on the first page with the Munis update and what we're doing in preparation for that transition. Well, it's a continued transition.
Wait, the audit kicks off right at
Yeah,
the
the
beginning of the
auditors,
year, huh?
they've already been in, they spent a week with us, and you know, we'll go back from the town report as well. They do them together.
Okay.
So we'll get that report back.
Scott, where's Fund 25 again?
Where is it?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
usually there's a separate,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think she included it.
She may not have put it in.
can we get Fund 25 breakdown?
Yeah, she does, but it's just not in this one.
No, I
Yeah,
know,
she
she
didn't put it in
normally
this,
does
right.
it, but I don't see it here, and I want to keep us on track for that.
Yeah.
I could email her and get it distributed to the whole board, just so we have the total
Yeah,
picture.
she can give you a breakdown on it. Any questions on the report? Okay. If you do have questions, obviously email her directly from her report and she can get back to you. Okay? Class of 23, we're very pleased and proud to announce 100% of our graduates met the requirements and walked across the stage. We always do a follow-up after the conclusion of the summer months.
100% walked across?
100% graduation, yeah. In the past, we've had a couple of kids that needed to
Right.
complete summer work, and then we would update you, you know, on how they were doing. So we were in great shape this past year. I don't have any pending issues with the town manager. The town crew has been working with us in cleaning up the back area for the students' walkway into the school, and they've done an amazing job. I commend Franny and his crew. The new crew members have been tremendous to work with, so a shout out to them. Renovation project, the steel is being installed. I sent a picture out the other day, and just in 24 hours time, there's twice as much steel up from the pictures on Tuesday. So as long as the weather continues like this, we're supposed to have good weather tomorrow. They obviously don't work on the weekend. If we can have a nice week next week, and then into, obviously, through the fall, we should be in great shape. It's really dependent upon the weather. So days like today, they really move. Any questions on the renovation?
Well, how's the lack of gymnasium working?
So we're away for our volleyball. We're utilizing the intermediate school for practice right now. Football, obviously just doesn't have a locker room, but they're able to use the fields.
Okay.
So it's really volleyball for right now. Basketball will be playing away. We're going to access Jerome Harrison and use Jerome Harrison, and then other gyms as well. It's going to impact youth sports. We're down a high school gym. We don't have one. Our middle school is not a appropriate size to play games on, so the little kids could play in there and have games, and we'll let them use that. But it's a tough year for those teams, and we've let them know.
The reward is worth it.
Well,
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's worth
I had a
little.
COVID kid and a no gym kid. I don't know, North Branford, I don't know. I'm thinking New York City looks pretty good.
And then the weight room, is there a bus that goes back and forth?
so
to the
bus
weight room?
21 runs the kids over, and they get their rides home. And Mr. White's running a basketball tournament right now, 3-on-3 tournament, and we have 24 kids playing
That's awesome.
after school, and they are competing like there's no tomorrow. We got trophies for the kids, for the teams. We're going to announce it, the finals tomorrow, and then participation, really build it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of kids loving it. So, and that weight room has been a godsend for many kids to have a safe place to go and you know, be around their peers and do something healthy. So it's all good.
Good.
Goals, I did receive.
There's one thing, it's not really a well, it is kind of a falls on a renovation, but the MAS program or project going on with the scaffolding and things like that.
So the NVS finished the power washing of the building.
They're going to be repointing and a whole nine.
All of the repointing work is going to be completed and done. Majority is done right now, but they'll be working over there off school days and schedules. That'll be more next summer.
Yeah.
When they get up on the roof and do that. So we should have a quiet year there. I'm sure a lot of that discoloration is going to come back, but they assured us they will spray it again.
And keep
So,
it. So,
How long did it take to get that way in the first time around? To get to the point where it was at before the power wash?
So it's the first time it was power wash, so it was probably a 10-year,
10 years?
you know, but for the first 5 or 6 years, it wasn't really bleeding through like that. And then the last 3 to 4 years, it's been building up and getting worse, so. All right? Okay, getting back to, I did receive 2 goals. I don't know if anyone brought additional goals with them for tonight. I started to work on both of them with the administrative team. So one of them was for working with Park and Rec, and I did meet with the Park and Rec director. I'm going to be working directly with Fran Marola and his grounds crew, and then bring in a consultant to look at what we're hoping to do for some of the things with turf field, field renovations, the existing space that we have. I have a blueprint for that. The reason I'm not working with Park and Rec is they have an ad hoc committee with the community, and they're doing their separate project for the fields at the opposite end, Norford Park, and some of the other. I don't want to get into those discussions. I want to keep it, you know, our school campus as a priority. So that's underway. And then I have one for the mental health and emotional team across the districts. I've met with Ms. Alberti, and we are in the process of reviewing, and that goal will be handled by the health team with me as we go through that. So those are the 2, and I didn't know if there was any other goals, or if these are the 2 that we want to focus on.
I think the direction was that we wanted the administrative team to bring goals to us so that we can talk about them, and then we would piggyback on their suggestions so that we could work in collaboration. So I wasn't bringing any goals. I was waiting for their goals to see what I can back.
Okay. All right, so.
Because usually I'm pretty vocal and I drive, and I don't want to drive the train. I want to just sit on the train, and I want someone else to drive, and I want me to support them.
Okay, so are we in favor of including these 2, or do you just want the administrative goals?
Well, maybe they'll align to the administrative goals. I don't know.
Well, these are, so this is more a capital goal with field renovations, so they won't have them in their goals. So this one would be one separate of that. The mental health one would fall under, you know, our mental health department. So we could leave that.
I mean, we just have to vote on goals, because realistically, you should work on 3 to 5 goals. Any more than that is too many, any less than that is too little. So
we'll keep the 2, and we'll get the administrators will forward their building goals to me, and then I'll forward them to you, so you have them.
No, I wanted a discussion that I asked last meeting that they were prepared to come, or that we would have them here so we could discuss them. I don't want to be told what the goals are. I want to flesh them out with them and work as a team with them and you to collaboratively make goals. Right?
Okay.
Like I want us
So-
all to do goals.
If you have your, I don't know if you have your laptops with you, if you have your goals that you presented to me, if you want to go through them building by building, we could discuss that.
And if not, you could just forward your goals to the board within the next 2 weeks, and we can do them like next time. I just don't want Scott to miss out on opportunity, because the year is only so long.
So you want them to send them to you electronically then? That's what I.
Yeah, I'm okay, and then we can discuss them. I mean, I'd like a discussion, right? Like a full prepared discussion, so everyone's ready, right? Like, I don't know if everyone's ready, so if I say, okay, can I have your goal? And you're not ready to talk about it, or you know what I mean? Like, I want backing of it, and I want rationale, and I'd like to know how it's gonna be measured, and
Right,
how
so
it's gonna improve the district. So it's not just an emotional goal, it's a goal that has a metric of some sort that we can, you know, actually see improvement in some area. And it doesn't need to be test scores. It could be other things, but figure out how to measure it so we can see.
They have all,
yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
so you want them sent electronically?
Unless they have them right now on a piece of paper that we can write them, because I
So
don't
we'll
have
send them electronically in, and then I will get feedback And we can have a special meeting if you'd like to discuss them, or we can do it in October.
We can do it in October. I don't want to waste everyone's time. Everyone has kids, families, husbands, boyfriends. Like, we're taking them away from their life. So no, one time a month is fine, and we'll put it right up front at the beginning of the agenda. So we can get moving on those, because, we'll
All
get
right,
that.
so
That'll be like the meat and potatoes of us on
I'm gonna keep these
October.
two
Yep.
and use the 4 building ones that they're gonna present. And then in October, we'll discuss them.
Just as more, I agree with what we're talking
3 to 5.
about. But I presented a goal, or actually Kim and I both presented a goal, right? It doesn't necessarily have to fall in step if it's outside of what, you folks deem, that's out of whack or whatever. I don't want to do that. Let's take that and move it to here, right? And we'll talk about that next month.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we can come up with 3 to 5.
So it's more of a it's a discussionary type of goal producing.
Yeah, it's collaborative.
Yeah, right, very collaborative. I don't know,
It's collaborative.
I don't know if that helps.
Yes.
So we'll send them electronically.
So you'll send them electronically, you'll hold those 2, and we're going to talk about it all together and come up with 3 to 5 goals, which we will write down, distribute, and track to.
Perfect.
Okay,
All right.
that
That's
was
it.
fun.
Committee reports. Do you have your committee report ready?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
Did I sit on one? No, I didn't. Did ACES have a meeting?
Yes, and I apologize, I completely forgot to bring my notes. At the beginning of the meeting, we talked about, there's a renovation on Bassett Road in North Haven. They're renovating, it's the Gateway School. That building's getting renovated. Gateway's gonna stay for a few more years, and then the rest is going to be ACES, and they're moving village sales and another program to that building. And so we talked about the renovations. They're presenting to the state like we did for our renovate, actually build is rebuilt, but, so that was coming up. And then we talked about a lot of other things.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I completely forgot. I just was looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot. So I apologize. but
Did you take notes?
Yes, I
Can
did.
you screenshot them and just send them to the board?
I will type them out because my written notes you will not understand. So I will do that, yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate that. Okay. Do you have anything from the building committee?
Yeah, I sure do. Let's see, for the Stanley T. Williams, there's a punch list. We're gonna start doing the punch list, and we'll begin this week. Sorry, punch, I can't tell.
I know, that's why.
I feel like I'm
Out.
The punch list for the Stanley T. Williams projects started beginning this week. And going to the NBIS, there was something else to this one that we were discussing. Basically, they were discussing there's some work that's, basically the contractor's trying to get ahead. Because I think most, like you mentioned, the work's beginning in the summer, but they wanted to kind of get ahead. And some of that work could be conducted this fall if we allow that. And we were kind of there was a kind of a plan going on right now to discuss that and how that would work in conjunction with the school hours, also daylight saving hours. So it's not fleshed out, but it's a discussion. Let's see, the high school, we kind of talked about that. And there's just a punch, there's a punch list that's continuing. They're knocking them down as they come, as best they can.
How many items are left?
Decent amount.
Like 12?
It's not really
112?
more than that.
1,012?
Less than that. Probably, I want to say it's in the tens now. It's below 3 digits, if I'm not mistaken. But some of those things could just be an outlet, you know what I mean, like a cover or something.
Oh, okay. Good.
But
That is-
the
okay.
major ones are,
That's good.
harder to accomplish, right?
Mhm.
Because either you have a supply issue or whatever it is.
Yep.
So on and so forth. And, I think that's about it. On the steel, right, yeah, you already covered the steel. So we got pictures of that.
Okay.
And, the grass maintenance. That's another one. the
It's
grass.
cut.
Yeah, it's cut.
It's gonna be seeded and split seeded.
But, that falls under, that's a Goldfield Lane maintenance. Yeah, I think they're supposed to cover for 6 months.
The cutting of the grass?
Cutting and weeding.
And,
Oh,
which they're way behind on.
Right,
So
so-
the building committee is well aware of it.
It's
And they've
addressed.
made it clear.
does it look icky?
Not today it doesn't, but it did 3 days ago. So,
Okay. All right, are there any other committees that anyone attended that? Not aware of? Okay. All right, we don't need to go into executive session. Any new business? No? Okay. Visitors and press, it's the same crew, so I'm gonna guess no. Good of the board.
I do just want to say that both back to school nights that I attended at Jerome and Totucket were great. Totucket was very, at least our classroom, this is how you're seeing like the making and thinking visual, is that how it's said? Like they grouped us as parents, like, and I was like, take these cards. And when I came home and I was telling my daughter about it, she's like, yeah, we did that in class today. So we really got like a mini class of what they do in 5th grade, and it was great to see that. And then Colleen has taken over such a wonderful job of Best Shoes, and I'm very thankful for the transition you have given our little ones into this year. And same thing at your school, back to school, meet the teacher was wonderful, and everyone had the enthusiasm as like every year. So thank you, Colleen and Joe.
thanks for
And the rest of you guys too. My teachers aren't with you.
And on that note, I haven't been to TDS since 10 years ago, when I went to Grants, and I guess 9 and 8 years ago, but it was hot. I remember being in Mrs. Johnson's class and wanting to die because the heat was so bad. And so this year we went the hottest week, like that horrible week, and it was comfortable, and I was so happy. Like you go in the classroom, the temperature was nice, the hallways were nice, it was just so like, thank goodness, like, cause it was just so miserable before. So I want to say that, the units in the walls work well, and they had some fans going to humidifiers too, and so it was very pleasant to be in the building and not be.
So Scott, the unit ventilators are in.
No, many.
I didn't say that.
It's one of my goals. So many of the districts were dismissing early because of the heat around the state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
North Branford T-Birds are strong, no half days. Every room is air conditioned, and we got through it. And the kids were great. And they would go out and they would come back in. They were, we would take them out for recess, short periods, and hydrate them and get them back in. So the administrative team did a great job. So.
I hear from parents and kids at all the grade levels, and great opening, buses on time, not
The
a lot
buses
of
this year, oh my gosh, so much better. So thank you to DACO and.
Yeah, I've heard all good stuff, nothing negative.
So much better.
Nothing negative, and we at least have bus drivers, ours weren't on strike, and,
Right,
Oh.
right. Strikes in 3 of the towns in Connecticut.
Okay, it's
all we
a city meeting today. Okay, the next regular Board of Education meeting is scheduled for Thursday, October 19th. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.